Hi everyone, and welcome to the Heart to Heart show. My name is Elene Marsden from Hangouts for Business, and this is our regular Thursday show. We've got lots of interesting guests lined up for the coming months, but today I am planning to do something a little bit different. I thought it would be a good opportunity for me to show you some of the things that you can do inside a Hangout, because behind the scenes is something that often people aren't aware of, and I have thrown the Hangout open as well, so if you do want to jump in, and I know a couple of people might do that as we progress, there may be a few interruptions, but we're not going to worry too much about that. So first of all, Hangouts are coming. I know they've been really big in America, and in the UK there's a growing number of people just waking up to the power of Google Hangouts, and how if you've got a message that you want to get across in an authentic way to your customers and prospects, then these Hangouts are a fantastic way to do just that. It sort of cuts through all that social media fog and enables you to shine forth. So that's why I think that you're going to be interested in some of the things I want to share with you today. So what do you need to run a Hangout? Well, first of all, you need a Gmail and a Google+ account. You can hit start a Hangout and you're ready to go. But you can do so much more by creating an event page and inviting people and promoting the Hangout, doing trailer videos before the show, and lots of engagement during the Hangout and even after the Hangout. It doesn't end at the end, because most people continue to contribute and comment. So there's all those good things that you can do, but simply the whole thing is free. You could literally just get yourself a Google account, get yourself a G+, and you're ready to go. Now, there's a couple of things that I'm going to recommend. One of those things is that you get, a headset with a microphone. Sometimes I will use a freestanding microphone. I've got this Samsung one here that I use. It's really good, great quality. But using a headset is important, because if you've got quite a few people on the Hangout, you might get feedback, and there's nothing worse than that. It can be very distracting. So that's one thing. Then the other thing that you can do is get yourself a really decent high definition camera, and I recommend the Logitech 920. That's the one. And actually what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you a picture of this, because this is one of the things that you can do inside a Hangout. So bear with me while I bring the Logitech camera onto the screen. So that's the one I recommend. It costs about £50. You can get it on Amazon. It's great. It comes with a control panel, so you can zoom in and out. You can set the focus to soft focus if you don't want all your lines and wrinkles showing. So that's certainly something I'd recommend. Now, what I'm doing right now is adding an overlay to the Hangout. And imagine if you were having a 30-minute Hangout and there was lots of information you wanted to get across. You could put that onto an overlay and bring it up when you wanted to talk about something in more detail, perhaps share a website, something like that. So the overlays are really, really powerful. And I'm going to show you another overlay that I created earlier, because this is going to illustrate a point. Because when I said, let's move over a little bit, Hangouts are coming, in the UK, just recently, Ipswich Town Football Club, that's our local football club, they had their first live Google Hangout last week, and lots of football clubs in the UK are offering this service, are doing this. So fans can ask questions, get involved and jump into a Hangout. And as you can see with that overlay from the Hangout, screenshot that I did from the Hangout, they had 4 or 5 different guests just asking questions of one of the football players and the host. So that was to demonstrate overlays. Now, what I normally have on the screen when I go live is I have like a film strip at the bottom, and this is what I normally use. So I'll just put that up and you can see. So there we are, my name is showing, my business is showing, and you have space to put a logo, you know, in one corner. So that's the standard one. But literally, the sky's the limit with the overlays. You know, you can put all kinds of different things to represent your brand. The other thing that I recommend, this isn't for starters because, you know, there's so many other things to get in place, but I've got a backdrop. That happens to be fabric that's been printed for me, and it's perfect to just put up at the start of a Hangout show. And then I roll it away, pack it up, ready for the next one. So those are some of the things that you need if you are actually going to have your own Hangout. Some are more necessary than others, but some of them are nice to have. Now, the other thing that I would say, if you're serious about using Hangouts for your business, is to set up your own YouTube channel. Because with this Google Hangout that I'm running right now, as I'm speaking to you, it's being streamed live to my YouTube channel. So if you haven't got a YouTube channel, there's nowhere for it to go. So you really want to have full functionality and for it to go to YouTube, and then it's there permanently. You can add keywords and hyperlinks to websites onto the video description, spruce up the video title, and you will get found on Google search. It's quite fascinating, you know, how you will elevate your position on Google search when you use Hangouts like this. That's another bonus, if you like. So definitely get yourself a YouTube channel. Again, all these things are free to set up. The practicalities of running a good show, though, comes with practice and also comes with making mistakes. One of the things I'd recommend you do is, you know, practice jumping onto other people's shows and observing, see how they run their show and see, you know, what their style is and whether that's your style and if that's something you'd like to adopt. So there we are. Those are all the things that I have recommended. And what I really wanted to talk about today was about the implications of, you know, who would be advised to use Google Hangouts and what kind of businesses. But before I do that, I'm going to show you some of the shows that are already out there. And this is going to involve me sharing my screen with you. So if you just hold on one moment, this is another benefit, if you like, from using Google Hangouts. You can share screens, and I'm now going to show you my screen. And this is a list on my Google+ account of all the upcoming Hangout shows. So let me just see if I can zoom in a bit to make that just a little bit bigger. Hopefully that's a little bit bigger. And there's all kinds of different shows. Now, some of them I know about. There's my show there. Some of them I don't know. I've not been involved in any of these shows, but I do know that Mia Voss runs fantastic Hangout shows, and she's interviewing Yifat Cohen tomorrow. So if you're new to Hangouts and you want to see, you know, a couple of professionals in action, I would definitely recommend you watch that. If you can't watch it live with all of these Hangouts, you can watch it, you know, you can watch the recording on YouTube later. Then there's a couple of good friends of mine who are based in Texas, Crystal and Optimise, and they've got Blending for Beauty, a show that runs every Saturday, and they'll actually give live demonstrations in their kitchen studio, how to mix up smoothies and how to eat healthily. And their show is really good and very well attended. So that's another one that I'd recommend. Now these gals, the Geek Speak guides, these two girls, we've got Viv and I'm not going to be able to remember her name now, slipped from my mind. But anyway, these two are incredible. If you have got a WordPress site, then I would recommend, Susan Finch is the other lady, I would recommend you watch their show, because they give you lots of technical advice and tips on how to get the best from your WordPress site. So it's Evie and Susan, and again, that's a regular slot on Mondays, and you can jump in and ask them questions if you've got any questions about your WordPress site. Now, all of those are American shows, but this one here, UK Business Hangouts, Lee Rickler and his partner Nick Rink, they're running a whole series of UK-based Hangouts, and their first one is next Tuesday. Now, Lee is an interesting character. He runs his own website called Hangout Staff, so if you're ever looking for people to help you with your Hangout, then Lee's the man. But again, as I say, this is a new thing, UK Business Hangouts. I'm going to watch and find out what that's all about. So yes, do search, do have a look. There are so many shows coming up, and we've got one person here. Let's see if I can find his show, because he is fascinating. Yeah, it's Mark Sadell. He has a regular show on a Monday at 5 o'clock UK time, and what he does, he showcases the best Hangouts that are coming up, and he's got somebody that does a review of the Hangouts that took place the week before. So if you're curious as to what kind of Hangout shows are out there, which ones are different, which ones are trending, then I recommend you sign up for Mark's Hangouts, because they're really informative. So hopefully you found that of value. I certainly would recommend you search and find the best shows that suit you, and then of course you can model what's good practice for your own show. Now, there's another thing I want to show you. I'm just going to take a deep breath, because I've done a lot of talking so far. So the other thing I want to show you is how inside a Hangout there are quite a few different apps. Now, there's the chat app. So let's say I had 9 people inside the Hangout with me. Internally, we could be chatting amongst ourselves and asking questions and interacting, and then the host, the presenter, could talk about the questions and the comments and bring them into the show. So if you've got a team of people, and I do know that there's probably somebody watching today who is in a multi-level marketing company, and they want to be able to work with their team members who are scattered all over the country, share good practices, share tips, and of course the presenter could be presenting and the team could be interacting inside the Hangout in the chat window. You can't see that because it's only available for the people who are inside the Hangout. So that's one app. The other app is when you can share screens, and I showed you that just a minute ago. The other thing, which is quite new, it's called the Showcase app. And I'm just going to bring that on the screen now. So if you are somebody that sells physical products, or even services for that matter, you can put the URL of where that product is into the Showcase app, and you can be talking about it, and you can then give people the opportunity to click and visit the website and purchase the product. Now, the product I've got on there is one of my training CDs. I do training for a database called ACT. So that's one of the CDs that I've produced. I sell them on Amazon and I sell them from my website. So you get the idea that you could have several products all showing here as part of the Showcase app, and very, very much like the QV store. QVC, where they have presenters who are talking about products, demonstrating the products, saying when to use the products, telling stories about the products, and on the TV screen at the same time the product listing is showing and you can purchase online. So it's the same kind of model, much simpler, but it's that kind of idea. So I know I will be talking next week to somebody that actually is selling their own beauty care range of products, and I think this could be a really great way for her to, maybe demonstrate the beauty products, maybe get a guest in, and maybe do a little demonstration of a facial live inside a Hangout. So there's all kinds of different things that can be done, and this is called the Showcase app. And don't forget, the app that enables you to put overlays onto the Hangout is called the Hangout Toolbox app. So that's another one that you can use. There's a few other ones, but those are the key ones that I recommend. So now I'm going to see if we have got any questions. Now I know we've got Steve here in the Hangout. Steve, would you like to ask any questions about what you've heard so far? I've been talking for 15 minutes, far too long. But Steve, is there anything you'd like to say?
No, I don't think so. I'll probably skim through what you've told us again, just to refresh some of the parts that to be honest, I'm interested in Hangouts, but not quite sure how to use them yet. I don't mean I understand how to use them technically, or what you just told me helps with that. I'm not sure how to apply them in my business. That's the point. So
Indeed.
It's not understanding how to drive the thing, it's understanding what value I can derive from it. So that's something I'll have to think about.
Indeed. So really, if you are going to set up your own Hangout show, or have regular Hangouts, you really want to have that as part of your marketing mix, and make sure that it's clearly written into your plan. What are you hoping to achieve from it? And it may be that it's information providing, helping people to understand a subject that is quite hard to understand through reading, blog posts, say, for example. Or maybe you might want a discussion group to come up with new ideas. I mean, some people don't necessarily have Hangouts that get broadcast live. They keep them internal. So that it helps people, it stops people having to travel miles from one end of the country to another. It can be as spontaneous, let's set up a Hangout and, get the solution to this problem that we've had. So that's another option, of course. So thank you very much for that. I'm just going to have a look now just to see if there's any questions on the event page, because what I did before I went live today was set up an event page, and I know a couple of people are going to join us, but it doesn't look like there are any other questions on there. So I'm going to say that come back next week. We do this every week. If you've got anything that you particularly want me to talk about, or if there are any guests you'd like me to try and invite in, I'd be more than happy to do that. If you yourself have got a message that you want to get across to people, ask to join my show. And as I say, coming up very, very soon, I have got a couple of people from 22 Social that will be joining me, and that is going to be a Hangout not to be missed, because the product that these guys sell is something of great, great value, and it actually helps people who've got Hangouts as well. So watch this space. I will be promoting it when I fix the date. It'll be one Thursday, hopefully in September. So keep an eye out on the event page. And I'm going to stop the broadcast now, but if any of you would like to just jump in, I'm going to post the link in the green room, post the link to the green room, and you can join me then. So thank you very much, everybody. Till next time. Bye for now.